Just tell me when you want to start.
Okay, go.
Cool.
Hello, I'm Katy Galbraith and I'm a mosaic maker in Perthshire in Scotland, and I use a lot of recycled materials in my work. So I have a cup and saucer to show you what I can make out of a cup and saucer. So the tools that I use these wheels that are called leponite wheels. So it's two circular blades that then cut together. And I use these ones which are just tile cutters. So, and you'd used to use different angles on this surface. So if I'm cutting, I would cut it like this. So I'm going to make a flower out of these pieces.
Could you zoom in a little bit on Katy's hands, please?
I would make a pile of triangles. And then using this tool, I then nibble away these tiny little corners. Oops. So I'll just do one or two of these just to show you the idea of what I do.
Could I get a closer up shot of the tools?
I can't actually do that.
No,
Too wide to see.
I've got a too big a work table.
Sorry.
So,
Fab.
So I would make a flower, and then here I have little glass beads that I make out of scraps of glass, and I would make that as the flower centre. So that's a little daisy. So for some of these I would stick them onto slate, and bear with me, I'll find a bit of slate. So this is just an old roof slate, and using tile adhesive which I've mixed up beforehand. So I'm doing this very quickly so you get the idea, and I'm also doing it upside down. So these are little things that I would sell on the Etsy market or at craft fairs, or if people were visiting my studio. They're the kind of thing that sell at a very affordable price. Right, that's a very quickly done one. If you imagine that's a flower. I would then grout it and put a stem on it. So hopefully that makes sense. How I make a flower. So, and as you can see behind me, these are the kind of thing that I can make like that. I also take
close up one of all of those hanging would be great. Sorry.
I'm going to move the chanterelles out of the way.
It's going to be.
So I also use that kind of idea of making the flowers into kind of bigger exhibition pieces. So, for example, and I'm going to go off the zoom bit slightly here. For example, this is a bit tricky because I can't show you I can't rotate you round to show you what I want to make, but just some of the examples. So Netta's filming it, but so.
As long as you're capturing it, that's great.
Yeah.
I know we said a 360 on the brief.
Okay.
So, 1 second, sorry. Oh, there's a phone call as well. Hang on. I'm recording.
Okay.
I'm muting myself.
She's away on a phone call, something's obviously happened. So I can edit out.
I'll just go around the studio now
Okay.
and take. Is that right?
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's all right.
Meg has had her first week at secondary school and the bus is delayed because of an accident. So that's her calling to say.
She's running late. Well,
Sorry. But this is a natural intrusion which will happen. So we can
So-
demonstrate that with her.
yes. So I'm going to. Annetta is currently going around the studio, so I'm going to pick up my tripod, which you are currently on, and try and show you. So without losing all the other connections. So she's kind of working her way round. So if there's anything detailed that you should want to see, and then we'll resume it.
The view from, the view through one of your windows, either one that you really like or one that you don't like. If you're happy doing that.
Probably a view out of the window.
It's that kind of combination of
Yeah, what we're looking at.
everybody's got it. Pip up,
Yeah.
things that you love and that are aesthetically pleasing, and then I think everybody has something that they
Triggers.
don't want anybody else to see. But you have to be comfortable sharing that. If you have anything, you might not. You might have beautifulness around you.
I just have beautiful views out of the window, so I don't know if you want to take images out of the window. And I love my variety, turn this around, my variety of mugs, which I do actually use, but most of them I quite like looking at. So quite often a mug will come in and I'll be inspired by a mug. Or by a plate, and that stimulates a thought process for me. So
I love mug sealing.
have you got the mugs in it? I have. Great. So and just to do what?
Outside. I
Outside.
have to go outside.
Right, I'm going to
Outside.
unplug
That's
you from various gadgetry, I think. It's a horrible day out here, so oops. So if we go outside into the rain, and I'll try and do this oops, to show you where my studio is. In fact, I'm going to have to prop my door open because it's so windy out here. So this is my studio. You can see my studio. Trying to tip it to the right angle. That's where I work. It's in reverse for some reason. That's where I and this is my outside where I live. So down there there's a river runs along, and my house is, you can just see the tip of my house basically. I can't flip my there you go, that's the corner of my house where I live, behind trees. So, sorry, I can't hear you. Yes. Yeah. No, I'm just gonna. I can't hear you on my phone, so I'm
workspace at all that you feel happy in sharing?
No, because I've just moved from an empty garage into this workspace, and so it's actually been done with a lot of thought process as to where everything's going to go, and it's actually even got a log burning stove in it and insulated walls and light, so it's the best that I've ever had. So there's nothing to not like about it, really. So
yes, yeah, okay, fab. And that's it. We got the sounds of your making because I could hear those. I could hear the tiles clacking, and the mugs as your inspiration. So I think that's. I think that's it. Short and I think I mean I've got any questions that your mugs had your attention to because they were one thing that stood out outside and the views beyond. Maybe a view is there like a distant view? Do we see that from outside?
it's not really a view a day for that.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay,
I do have. I do actually, because if I'm editing it slightly, I can actually add something on at the end of this because I've got some footage from some stuff that I did previously for something else that I can just tag on into a.
And that would be. Sorry. That would be perfect because that's one of the things we put on the list is if there's any other footage as well. Then to add it in. So okay, cool. Are you happy?
Yeah.
Covered it.
Kind of sometimes a bit kind of gawky or whatever. I don't know what the word is. A bit kind of trying to hold the phone on a tripod and then realise how you can see the Zoom meeting on a phone is challenging. So we'd have to think back.
Because he'll be